Okay, guys, welcome to the Chosen One podcast show. If you landed on this podcast episode, you are probably a manifesting generator and a female entrepreneur, coach, or expert. So, welcome, take a cup of tea, and binge listen to all the amazing episodes I have set up for you. Episodes to help you create the right energy and mindset to create the manifesting generator business and life of your dreams. Here we go. Okay, queens. It is Monday morning. Actually, afternoon. It's 12:15. And we just went to the goat farm. And I had this interesting, my mom keeps telling me that I should open up an Instagram account about our daughter because she is so funny and she is like a little daredevil, right? There was such an extreme high slide up there, and this little mini toddler climbs on top of it and slides up that slide as if it's nothing. And it's so interesting. And at the same, before we went to the goat farm, I had this beautiful conversation with one of my friends, or actually my dear soul sister. And she has a beautiful daughter as well. She's 1 year older. And we were having a conversation about how to potty train, or she actually asked me some advice around potty training her daughter, because her daughter is a little older than my daughter, and she's a year older. And Zoe's actually been, I've never potty trained her. She just, she just decided with, 15 months or something, that she wanted to go to the bathroom. So she goes to the bathroom. And a lot of parents, also when we were on holiday in Greece, a lot of parents were sort of amazed by the fact that she just tells us when she has to go to the bathroom. And it doesn't mean that she never wears a diaper anymore, because when I go out to the goat farm, I'm definitely putting a diaper on, because I don't want all the hustle of finding a toilet in the middle of a forest. But other than that, she is pretty well trained. Not trained. She just wants to go to the bathroom. Only when she has to poo, she needs a diaper. So whenever she's if she has to poo, she comes to me and she's then she points to the diaper and she's poo, and then she goes in her diaper. But either way, she tells us when she has to go. And while talking to my friend, we had this beautiful conversation about it, and the conclusion basically was that there was a lot of frustration in her energy, in her own energy, because she knows her daughter is capable of going to the bathroom, but somehow it's just not something she chooses to do right now. And I think that's such a beautiful conversation to have, because in essence, children are very, very sensitive to our energy, right? One of the benefits I have, and I understand that that's a huge benefit and a huge privilege that I have, is that we raise our daughter in a way that allows me and her and my husband a lot of freedom, right? So she's with me all the time, and my husband is at home a lot as well. And I don't have any pressure. So when I get up in the morning, there is no pressure for me to get her dressed. There's no pressure for me to get her to do anything, because there is no schedule, right? There's nothing we need to go to that asks of me to pressure myself or her to do something. So of course that is a huge benefit, because that already makes the energy super chill, right? That being said, of course, I have there are things that my daughter refuses to do as well. One of the things that she refuses to do is get dressed. It's getting better, but she is the type of child that likes to walk around without clothes, even if it's freezing outside. I don't really mind if she wants to walk around naked. She can totally do so. But if we have visitors over or anything, she's required to put some clothes on. I will have to say that what I have noticed in raising this beautiful soul is that whenever there is outside pressure to do something, and especially when I do not fully 100% want the thing as well that I ask of her. She's just like, they're like, these children are so pure in their energy, they will pick it up, right? So when I truly want something from her, so when I have like a very strong desire, like for example, a couple of months ago, we went to this funeral, and I was like, you know what, I really need her to sleep when we are like entering the room for the funeral, because otherwise I won't be able to really sit there and be present. And I really want to enjoy is a weird word, but you get what I mean. I want to be present and really enjoy the moment there, right? And in order for that to happen, I need her to sleep. So that was such a strong desire of mine that by the time we got there, I put her in my carrier, I went for a walk, and she was asleep exactly at the time that the funeral started. But I've also noticed that sometimes I want it, but underneath I don't really care if she does, and then it doesn't happen, right? So these children are so sensitive in picking up our energy. So what I noticed in this conversation with my beautiful friend is that she is like, you know what, I want her to do this, but actually it's way more convenient for her to still use her diapers because it's just easier, right? So what I feel like really what happens in that case is that the child then feels we are asking something of the child, where this child is sensing that it's not the thing that you truly desire from a soul's level. Okay, so children need, of course, they need boundaries, and they need and by the way, I'm not an expert, I'm trying to figure this all out myself as well, but I believe children need boundaries. I absolutely don't believe that children don't need boundaries. I mean, the other day I actually put my daughter in the hallway on the stairs. It worked miracles. She was like, I was like, okay, now this is it, this is the line, you're going out there. Interestingly enough, she understood right away that was like that was me setting my boundaries, because afterwards she just came to me, she gave me kisses, and she understood, okay, I'm now gonna listen, right? So I do absolutely believe children need boundaries, but I also believe that children are very good in sensing when we are asking something of them which is not in line with our true soul. And this is why I so strongly believe in actually not, like, we haven't made a final decision yet if we want to put our kid in, if we want to homeschool her or not. But like for now, with the other options out there, we're leaning very much toward homeschooling her. Now, this is a little bit difficult in the Netherlands, because in the Netherlands it's not allowed to homeschool unless you actually take some drastic measurements. Well, I'm not the type of person that is shy to take those drastic measurements, so I'll definitely do that if I feel like homeschooling is the best option for my child or for our child. The reason why I do not want her to just be why I don't automatically just be like, okay, I have to enroll her for school, is because I truly believe that as parents, like for me personally, it was a very deliberate decision to become her mom on a physical and on a soul level. It was not that I was like, I want like children for the sake of children. I always knew I needed to be her mom. Like from very young, since I was very young, I knew this child was calling me. It took almost 20 years for me to be ready to receive her. And once I finally received her in like 9 months before I got pregnant, she really came through very strong, and I finally understood that it was a girl. I thought it was a boy all the time, but it turned out to be a girl. I got to know her energy, and it was a very interesting period. But for me, it was not like, oh, I just want children. I knew that I'm put on this earth to be her mom. This is also why we are not really thinking about taking another child, because unless this child really comes through and tells us that like it needs to be born, like it's not something that we desire. So for me personally, it is a life's mission. And I feel very strongly that at least the first 8 years of her life, where they are so sensitive for like outside influences, I really need her to be in my and my husband's energy most of the time. Okay, so I just posted a video on Insta from a young girl, a young adolescent who was homeschooled by her mom as well, and she was like, I'm so happy for this, I'm so grateful for it, and it gave me such a beautiful foundation and also a beautiful relationship with my mom. And in this video she actually explained that most parents spend around 30 minutes a day with their child. If you take off bedtime and all of that stuff, 30 minutes a day. And this is not something I'm judging. It's just like, I thought it was an interesting thing that she shared. 30 minutes a day. For me personally, that is not something I could ever do, because for energy is the most important thing that there is. So I need my child to be in my energy or my husband's energy or my mom's energy. I need her to be in an energetic, like not even like my mom and like she can be, of course, with other people, but 80% needs to be my energy. And the reason why I believe in that is because the foundation that this gives her is the foundation for the rest of her life. Okay, my energy field is putting her at a certain frequency that allows her to view things and to undergo things in her life in a certain way. Okay, this is my personal vision, right? So that's my personal vision. I think this month for me has been all about like really becoming unapologetic in everything. And me opening up about the way I choose to raise our daughter is part of that. For a long time, I felt like I couldn't do that because I do not want to judge any other people. I don't want other people to feel judged about the way they raise their child. But I also believe that by sharing my vision on it, it can also be an inspiration for other people. And it can also give tweaks to people who do choose to raise their children in the normal system to see, okay, what tweaks can I actually implement in my life to make things more in line with how I'm designed as a soul. Because that is, I think, the essence of this episode. Children are so sensitive for that, and they can pick it up in an instant. So try to, like, if something is not going right with your child, try to tune in and find out, like, where am I doing something from a conditioned place? Where am I doing something because I think other people desire that of me, because I think other people will think badly of me if I don't do that? Try to really tune into that, because there lies your answer, right? I've really noticed this with my daughter walking around naked. I know it's like ridiculous, but like I really, honestly, if it was up to me, she could walk around naked all day long everywhere. It is because of the outside world that some things like really is like, it can be like, I don't want other people to, especially my husband feels like, okay, I don't want other people to get weird ideas around my daughter, like sexual ideas around my child walking around naked, right, everywhere. I think that is a valid thing, a valid reason to actually make her put on clothes, right? And she can sense that. She can sense that the reason why she has to do it is for her protection. And as parents, of course, we are also here to protect our children. But whenever she senses that I'm doing it because I care what other people think about me, she will reflect that back to me right away, because she's like, Mommy, wasn't the deal that we don't care about what other people like? Isn't it the point that we do what our souls desires? I'm like, yes, it is. She's not saying that in words, but energetically, right? Again, I do believe that we have to honor other people. I do feel like we have to be respectful. We do not hit any other children. We do not scream. We do not break things. But other than that, it is so important to truly trust and follow our own spirit, our own feelings. So I really wanted to share this with you. I am so interesting. I'm proud of myself for sharing this, because this is a biggie for me. I really a long time felt like I didn't want to do this, but I feel good. And yeah, that's it. I wanted to say, let me know if this resonates with you. Feel free to let me know if you want it. It's certainly not obligated, but if you feel like sharing something about it, you're most welcome. And if you have any questions, you're most welcome to ask that as well. Okay, love you guys. Talk soon.